Hey, if you're looking for something creative to do with some spare parts around the house that you may have, you can try making a parachute. So I made this one using paper towel, some string, and I had a washer, a little bit of tape as well. So I can show you how to do that. So I just used the paper towel off my roll, and it's got the little divide down the middle for the two sheets, and that still works fine as well. Today I'm going to make it out of a napkin, all right, and one other material you can use is tissue paper, all right. What you need to do is make your shape into a square. So if you have it in a rectangle, like I had my tissue paper, you need to cut it into a square. So I'm just going to show you how to cut it into a square from this piece of paper. It's a rectangle because the tissue paper is too big. So if you just fold a corner over to make like a triangle shape, and then what you do is just cut along to get that rectangle, or sorry, to get that triangle. Okay. And when you open it up, you've got a square. So you can do that with the tissue paper if you need. The paper towel is probably fine, and the napkin's probably fine too. All right, so got my napkin here. What I need to do is put some tape on each corner to make it a little stronger. So I'm just going to put a piece on the corner, make it long enough so you can fold it over. And we'll do that on each corner. Because we're going to have the string attached to it, and we've got to make sure that it doesn't rip, as it easily will if we don't reinforce it. And I just ripped it. Let's try to fix that. There we go. Maybe I'll just add a little bit more since I tore it. And last corner. All right, so that's that. Next step is making a hole in each corner in the tape. So I use one of these bamboo skewers. Kids, get parents to help. Try to find something. If you got like a hole punch, you can do that. Usually works to the tape. Just be careful. Last one, hole. Okay, so I got my holes. Next thing I'm going to do is get some string. So I've got some twine here, and just sort of figure out how long, maybe 30 centimeters, so about a ruler. Can do about that. Cut 4 of those. So I'm just going to cut one and just show you. So you just pass it through the hole. And then just do it when you tie it. Just do it not too tight so it doesn't rip. Sometimes it's hard to get the string through, so I'm going to use the bamboo skewer and push it through. Through that hole. There we go. Okay, and then just tie it. Just do like a loose knot, and then they'll do a double and not too tight. Okay, so then you're going to end up with 4 of these, and then you'll need a weight. So I'm lucky enough to have a metal washer. Some of you might have them kicking around in the garage or something. If not, what I've done is I got 5 nickels and just put some tape around it. And then you can attach that to the 4 pieces of string that you're going to end up having after as your weight. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just show you right now what my paper towel one looks like so you get the idea. So in this one I was able to tie it through the washer, but so you got your 4 pieces of string, So here's my paper towel, my 4 pieces of string. I brought them all into the middle and then just tied it, and then the parachute works. So give it a try. Here's something what you can do after you try your parachute, either throwing it in the house, ask your parents first, or outside as long as it's not wet or raining. Try cutting a small hole from the very peak of your parachute to see if that makes a difference or not. Just do a little experimenting with a little hole. Then if that works, you can try cutting it a little bigger and just see how it goes. So what I'll do is I'll come back with showing the video of my completed napkin one. Alright, so I've tied all my strings onto my napkin, and then when I went and pulled all the strings and to make them equal, I noticed that some are a little longer than others. So what you can either do is you can just trim them off, or you can just leave it and just tape it on. Just try to keep it as equal as possible so that it'll work properly. So I'm just going to leave it. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just put some tape around it so that it doesn't move. Now what I need to do is, so I just taped around the string there. So what I can do is just tape it to the top of my nickels there. And put a couple pieces just so that it doesn't come off. Alright, so then I got the weight there. Okay, it's pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is go give it a fly and see if it works. So I gave it a try and it worked. Now one thing I like to do is I like to put my hand inside and find out where the middle is or where the peak is. And then I just like to make it like this. And then what you can do is, I always have the string so it's loose and put the weight with it and then throw it together. And it's good to do from a good height, maybe from top of stairs or from a balcony or something like that. And give it a good throw and watch it come down. So give that a shot. Alright, so I got my napkin parachute, so we're going to give that a shot. So I put the weight beside it and throw it in the air. Alright, now here's the one I did out of the paper towel at my very first try that I did, and I've got a washer on there, and we'll see how that one goes.